When the cops get called, I can show them documented evidence of it all. So just go.
Alright, y'all watching day 4 of this politically connected crazy chick not being able to handle getting dumped, which later sparks a federal racketeering case.
Go away. Go.
You hear that? Recording is not going to help you at all. That's because she has inherited immunity from her longtime practicing attorney father, who's related to Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf.
Here is the weed you wanted, and the reason I came over.
Did you hear that? Here's the weed you wanted and the reason I came over here? This is around back of the house where she pulls it out of her shoe and plants it in my woodpile before she calls the cops and they throw me in jail twice on the same charges.
Great is gonna happen because you are not get a point across. Leave. Go.
Okay, so you just saw her by her own words show up to deliver weed. Now listen to what she says.
Get off my property!
My brother comes.
She says, I just want my fishing pole my brother gave me. You hear that? Remember that.
Go! We tried to exchange things 4 times. You just used it to get back with me.
This chick has my media library, which contains the only copies of a lot of personal combat footage. You see this guy right here? This is Sergeant Gene Hawkins. He was a fellow bomb stepper and he literally gave his life so that a fellow bomb stepper could keep on stepping. Do you notice that I'm not cycling through any more pictures of Gene? That's because this crazy chick trashed him, and he's not around to make any more. So let me cut to night 3 of the breakup when she kicks in my screen door to break into my house.
But you just let me go.
Get out of my house. Get out of my house. Get out of my house.
Okay.
Get out
That's what
right
I had
now.
to say.
Go. No, that's
You
not all I
didn't
had to say. I had
answer
to
the
pull out my
question
phone.
until I
Go.
was-
Out.
Remember the fishing pole she was talking about? It's lying up against the door right here. She had to walk past it twice to break in and get thrown out of the house.
Go. Yeah, you're fucking trespassing. I told you not to come in. I told you 3 times.
You told me
not
to come here to
in.
drop off your weed.
Do you hear her keep bringing up weed? That's because she knows I'm on probation for a first offense DUI. She's been threatening to call my probation officer and send me back to jail. The prosecutors actually used this to extort me, throwing me in jail twice on the same charges in an effort to get me to plead out.
You're fucking weed. You're a fucking idiot. Yeah, you're dumb, dude. You're really dumb. Sorry. You are.
So after this display of lunacy, I completely cut things off. This chick just broke into my house and threatened to have me arrested. This is that night when I send her a picture of her fishing pole that now fits in a trash can and that we no longer have anything to discuss. And here she is that next morning. Alright, so this is my driveway. The entire time she's entirely on my property.
Go away. Leave my property. Don't be on here. Go away.
You see this email where she says she's coming over to grab her stuff? And my response? Don't. I got my phone charged up to tape you trespassing. Leave me alone. Do not come here.
Right now. Leave. You're making a scene. Get off my property!
Okay, I've posted this video up in its entirety numerous times.
I didn't do anything.
I've been videotaping you trespassing for 5 minutes.
But no matter how I edit it, it gets approved by moderators, then YouTube pulls it down via legal complaints it has received. So just trust me when I say that it's a whole lot of ugly.
Did you see that? You're making a goddamn scene. Go away. Go. We tried to exchange things 4 times. You just used it to get back with me. Go away.
Stop and send me a picture at 1 a.m.
Go away.
So let me skip ahead to the police report to where she says I choke her and she leaves. And here's the douche trooper saying he watched the video, but none of Crazy Pants' transgressions make it into the report.
Go away. Go.
See, there it is. Because of her inherited immunity, she knows this film ain't gonna make the report. So Pennsylvania State Police Trooper Ashley edits his report to incriminate me and throws me in jail, violating my probation, just like the governor's relative said so. I refuse to plead out, and because District Attorney Miranda Blazek has no case, 10 days later it gets thrown out. 10 days after that, she has Trooper Ashley refile the charges. See, here's his copy and paste police report of his original, simply changing the date. This time I spend over a month in jail before I refuse to plead out at formal arraignment and the charges get completely dropped again. At this point, I try to find a lawyer, but even the ACLU says no thanks to diming out the Pennsylvania State Police and Governor Tom Wolf's inherited immunity. So I learned to sue myself and initiate a federal racketeering case. The first thing I do is drag that video you just saw in front of the judge's face, along with the documentation showing I was thrown in jail for it twice. Federal Judge Susan Schwab sees nothing wrong with it at all, citing prosecutorial immunity, which I argue terrorism and extortion are not part of her prosecutorial duties, which ergos prosecutorial immunity. But federal judge Susan Schwab is a career Pennsylvania politician. She used to be Governor Tom Wolf's Democratic Party caucus chief counsel for the House of Representatives. But I also sue Pennsylvania State Police Trooper Christopher Ashley, whom gets represented by State Attorney General's Office Deputy Jonathan Blake. This dumbass forgets to snail mail me his response. He only e-files, which I'm not signed up for. This means he failed to respond, vacating any defense. See here in my motion where I'm seeking a default judgment to award $30 million? This is where I offer Deputy Attorney General Jonathan Blake to pack him a brown sack lunch and a juice box if he wants to go back to school to become a prosecutor. So that's how things sat in this racketeering case from December until May. During that time, the Attorney General's office picks up prosecuting me for 5 years for standing in a public building. This is a clip of me talking with the courthouse director of security right before I get arrested for trespassing in a public building.
So you don't co-own a house with Miranda Blazek, the assistant district attorney that I am currently suing for racketeering? Are you sure you're the one that should be making this call, considering I feel it's infringing my First Amendment rights?
Which is Shakespearean irony, because remember what Assistant District Attorney Miranda Blazek says is not trespassing?
Here is the weed you wanted, and the reason I came over.
So, with the Attorney General's office prosecuting my case, I hired the douchebag law firm that just ran against him and lost in the recent election. And the first thing they do is conspire with the Attorney General's office.
Hey, why are you still picking on the Tony, huh?
I got a whole video on that. Check it out. It's hilarious. So for this, I fire my defense attorney and represent myself in court. Out of nowhere, at that very moment, my federal civil racketeering case picks back up. So I motion to stay all proceedings so I can defend myself in criminal court against the Attorney General's retaliatory charges, which at first gets totally ignored. And then, Federal Judge Susan Schwab orders a status conference on June 9th, scheduled 5 days out on June 14th, whom holds on to that order and waits to mail it for 2 days until that Friday, so that it shows up 6 hours after the status conference she scheduled 5 days out after 6 months of zero court movement. I see where this is going and drop it. I gotta keep my ass out of jail and focus on my criminal trial. But we're not done with the State Attorney General's office. They're now representing the judge presiding in my criminal case in a Superior Court appeal for him breaking the rules of procedure to fix my criminal trial. And if that's not revealing enough about the state's true subversive interests, here's the Attorney General's Military and Veterans Affairs section ignoring flat-out video of my veterans rep admitting to stalling my case.
This is my veterans rep, Stan Clark.
Hey, what's up, Stan?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Support your local wounded warriors.
Yeah, how you doing?
Appreciate that.
Why are you hammering me, man?
Hammering you?
Yeah, I never
Yeah,
did
because
anything
you
wrong to
absolutely blocked me. It's all up online for everybody to see.
Hey.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Support your local wounded
Yeah,
warriors.
you want to know the truth?
What's that?
The fucking IP in there has been blocking
I don't
all
want to
kinds
hear
of
anything you got to say. I
Okay,
emailed
so
your
you-
other buddy. I emailed him. Why did he blackball me, huh? Why did what?
Did he
What's his
answer
name?
yet?
No, absolutely not. Don't act surprised,
didn't get it.
man. I've seen you
Don't
in
call
town
me a liar,
numerous times.
Jake. Don't
You are
call me a liar.
absolutely a liar because I have it
Well,
up
fuck you.
online. Really? Are you serious, Stan?
That's exactly
I can't
what
believe you just did that. Howdy, sir. Support your local wounded warriors. I can't believe you just said that to a wounded warrior, Stan. You're a VA representative. That's so disrespectful. That's so disrespectful. That's so disrespectful.
How's your Social Security claim coming?
I don't know. It's stalled, man.
Yeah.
You got something on that? What do you know about that, Stan?
Here's the Attorney General's Veterans Affairs section ignoring video of my assailant admitting to stabbing me.
How'd you get off for stabbing me?
Well, I'm not off. I actually.
Yeah. You got off with murder, pulling your pistol on me.
Well, I'm sorry.
So you're in.
And here's the AG's Veterans Affairs section ignoring crazy pants breaking into the house, sending me to jail twice on the same charges.
Go away. Go.
So what do these shenanigans look like to you lay people of the law? Is there any conflict of interest here or retaliatory charges by the state? It seems funny to me too, because just like this is not trespassing,
Here is the weed you wanted, and the reason I came over.
what they're doing is completely written up as legal. And you're paying all of these lawyers to work against public interests to hide it all.
How'd you get off for stabbing me?
Well, I'm not off. I actually.
Yeah. You got off with murder, pulling your pistol on me.
Well, I'm sorry.
So you're